Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Sunderland, it is Bright Lights, it's episode 78 of Bright Lights, and here we are today with a Champions League doubleheader. We have got Benfica and Basel today. We've got Benfica away first before we've got Basel also away in Switzerland. It is two massive away games that will shape if we will get through this group or not. If you haven't watched last episode, please go back and watch it. The result of last episode isn't even on the screen. We are currently, though, in first place of the group because it does say that we are. So it probably means that we probably beat Napoli. Maybe we drew and everybody drew. Or maybe, just maybe, it was a different result altogether. It was a very good game to go watch, though, anyway. So I recommend you do go watch episode 77 before you come here for 78 so you know what the group does look like. Since we last met, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's enough warning. In that 5-1 win, we got beat 5-0 by Man United. To go and beat Napoli 5-0 and then they play the exact same side as that, bring Daniel in, and that was it. To lose 5-0 was absolutely atrocious. We then rotated heavily for the Southampton game. We lost 2-1. Since then, we did get off stream. We've worked. We had a bit of a day off. You know, we come home from work. We've relaxed a little bit. I've got coaching to go to in about half an hour, but I want to play this Benfica game first, get through the Tottenham and Leeds game, and then play the Basel game. There isn't going to be a stream on my Wednesday night because I do have a lot of coaching to attend to tonight, but we will be streaming tomorrow with Bright Lights. We won't be going too far into the future before we are back on the streaming, but I'm looking to get through these games here before we are back to the stream, so we will be putting them as a YouTube episode today is in terms of the Benfica and the Basel game, but we'll probably see the Spurs, Leeds and Wolves game played off stream. We trying to keep Bright Lights to as much streaming as possible because it's what everybody wants to watch. We actually put a poll out if people wanted to watch Non-League to Legend on Monday, which was just we did it as a stream to kind of cover over that we are streaming today on our day off Monday, but everybody wanted to see Bright Lights, so it's good to see that everybody wants to watch Bright Lights. And I'm happy with that as well, you know, to say that I love dearly. So we are going to get into this Benfica game. You do see Napoli are playing Basel, and you would imagine that you would expect Napoli to be beating Basel out the second seeds in the group. But for us to go there and win 5-1 at the Stadium of Light against Napoli is quite huge for us. In terms of the team that we are going to play here, we are going to go back to our full strength sort of side. We do have massive injuries, though, to talk about. Ives is currently out for 2 to 4 weeks. We lost him on the stream when we last saw it. Godin also is out for the next 5 days to 2 weeks, and Haller is still out injured. So we're nowhere near full strength. But in saying that, though, we got through the big important one of Napoli, and to get a point away at Benfica today would be important because it would mean that we are going to, you know, be in a not bad position with Paisley come back in like Haller and co, and we might be a-okay. With that in mind, we do have Spurs coming up in a few days' time, and I reckon that Spurs game is quite important. We're actually going to start Avriel today as well, and Matthew King is going to... It's going to start over Tim. That might sound something a bit weird, but I feel like King can do a job out there. We're also going to start out Kim Van Dijk, and we are going to bring in Kim Jan alongside Daniel. I feel like that's what we're going to go with. Slightly rotated today as well. We're also going to bring Smithies in. No, we're not. We're going to leave Smithies there. Smithies did play in that Capital One Cup, or the Cabaret Cup is what I still call it. We are going to get into this one here against Benfica. We're just looking for a good performance. Slightly rotated. Because of the injuries, we do have Kante and Fabinho. Dosek's going to start this one here, but you will see Miguel start probably the Spurs game because he's been in very good form, and I feel like that the league, with us needing to finish in the top 4, it's important for us to just, you know, play a stronger side. Not saying that I prefer Miguel over Dosek, just Miguel's been in that good of a form that I am going to reward him with starting in the league. Benfica obviously going to be in the red. We are obviously in the black. We have looked over that Benfica side in the last episode as well. Another reason to go back and watch it. And if you are enjoying the Bright Light series, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know, because I feel like a lot of people are on Twitter. There's a lot of interaction. It's just nice to see it in the YouTube comments as well. But we are underway here today. Like I said, I reckon a draw would be not bad at all. I've realised I've rushed into this and haven't put in my opposition instructions. Anyway, it's a ball back stick. It's headed, and Diogo's made a mistake, and we are 1-0 down, just like that, as Napoli are 2-0 up as well. We're 1-0 down, 18 minutes played, to a Brandon by a header at the back stick, as Servi with a good ball back stick, and it's just poor keeping there by Diogo. And how many times have we seen Diogo make a mistake like that as well? We have kept the ball very well, but we haven't really created too much. Can we get creative and just go out there, win the ball, move it around and so on. It hasn't really got going for us today. And this does worry me that we do have mid-season drop-off. Like I said, a draw would be handy with the injuries that we do have in the squad. But when you don't have a shot for half a game, I am very worried indeed with that as well. We finally get a first chance on target, and it was our first chance of the game. It's been a very poor half from us defensively. We're not doing what we want to be doing out there. What I am going to do, because I've forgot to do the opposition instructions, I'm now just going to ask my assistant and just go out there and just play. But that's the one thing with our starting Kante and Fabinho is we maybe lack that creativity, even though we shouldn't, as Fabinho gets on the ball, whips it in back, sticks headed away, and apparently it's a penalty. I missed it. Apparently it's a push on King, and Fabinho's got a very good penalty on him. Adrian not starting, so you don't get to see Adrian take this one, but Fabinho versus the keeper, and the keeper goes to his left, but Fabinho goes down the centre, and a very poor Sunderland has somehow managed to get back on the level terms. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see a penalty claim in there at all. It looked like Benfica did the goods and defended that set piece in a very well. But Fabinho goes down the middle, and we are 1-1 with only our second shot on target. And look, we'll see if maybe something changes. King winning the penalty, but I didn't really see too much of it at all. As Walter Giuliano will put the ball back. See, Teef is there, and it will be Diogo with the save. Kante's also on a booking, and I haven't rated how well Kante's played, so we are going to get Tim out there, who we are going to play with in the league. But King's going to drop back into Mazzala on attack. We did play in the middle of the park for the later stages of last season. Was very good in that role, was Matthew King. So that's the thinking behind that one. And saying that, though, not much has happened. Avriel is going to come off for Nicolas Adrien. It could bring Rab on, that's for sure. But prefer to see Adrien come on, see if we can snatch a goal late doors, and see maybe if we can find a late winner. Anyway, it's Odd Desai's with the goal click, and he goes long, what we should win in the air, and Daniel does, but it falls only as far as Walter Jr. finds Sanchez, not the actual Alexis Sanchez, I don't think. Anyway, Tete, who is from Everton, Diogo's made a mistake, and we are 2-1 down just like that. I don't know what to do with Diogo, to be honest. I feel like, he has games where he's sensational, but there's just too much of this and too much inconsistency with Diogo. And this game could cost us in the group. It has to be said. We do have Basel coming up as well, but this game could cost us in the group. Diogo's come for a ball that he's never going to get to, and that is that. We are going to go very attack, obviously, and in terms of our transition, we're going to counter and counter press. We're also going to look to go over the top with some longer kicks, and in possession, we are going to go a little bit more direct, but we're not going to be playing out. And we're not going to really work it into the box either. We're just going to go really direct and really at it. We are going to press play on that one there. And with our last chance, we are going to go and throw Sebastian Rab up there. We're going to get Dosek off. We are going to go 4-4-2. Just because of injuries, Sebastian Rab is out there, so I wouldn't normally have Sebastian Rab on the bench. But in this situation, if he gets ourselves a goal, I would happily take it. It is a highlight. I'm going to tell us to push forward, but hopefully we just score from this attack. It's Fabinho now on the ball. He does look to try and turn. He can't, but finds Matthew King. Matthew King's cross is blocked, and it might find Bay, who goes long into the feet, but Kim Jen wins it. Goes on to Nakamura. Nakamura's there. Nakamura doesn't make a mistake, and a little bit of Route 1 football. The defence was caught sleeping by Benfica, and Nakamura at the back stick. One touch, as cool as you like. Thank you for coming, boss. Oh, saviour. King tried to put it into the mixer. He couldn't. Well won there by Kim Jan with a great long ball over the top. Nakamura takes a touch, looks up, says that's fine, near post, I'll bury that one, and it is 2-2 just like that. There is 5 minutes at a time, and that's before we even pause to go a little bit more controlled about this. It's a highlight. It's Van Dijk. Van Dijk into Adrien, back to Van Dijk. Can he find a ball? He looks for Fabinho and finds him. Fabinho, Adrien chips it in, backstick. Tim gets up, doesn't win it. Burgess heads it back into the box, headed away again. It might be Servery on the break. Walter Jr., great challenge, but it falls to Teef now into Bay, and they've got numbers running forward. This is why we're going to go a little bit more defensive. Bay's ball out to Tete. Tete keeps it in just, but Van Dijk clears, and all of a sudden the counter-attack is 4v4 now. Nakamura runs inside. He's got numbers left and right. He looks to Tim. There's numbers in the box. Can Tim find a good ball? Tim cuts it. Adrien, and just like that, on the counter-attack, 2-1 down in the 85th. Sunderland are 3-2 up, and how important will that goal be in terms of our Champions League campaign? Nakamura with the ball, made a great run inside, a great ball to Tim to stretch the defence there of Benfica. The ball goes backstick, and Nicolas Adrien, he can't score in the league, but I tell you what, in European football, he doesn't know how to miss, and off the bench, Adrien does it, and I've seen enough. Let's go defensive, let's shut up shop, and let's hold on to a game that we definitely didn't deserve to get anything out of. Can we just keep the ball? Can we just go and waste time as much as possible? Can we hold our shape? Can we regroup? Can we slow it down? Can we play to our centre-backs and take some shorter kicking? And can we drop off? How in the world has this Sunderland side scraped anything from it? We have absolutely FM Benfica. They've been all over us. There's 10 seconds to go. Something tells me, unless it's perfect right now for Benfica, it's game over. Matro from distance, straight at Diogo. I tell you what, though, that is the first thing we are going to say, is Diogo has made this game a lot harder than it had to be. Two goalkeeping mistakes for the first goal and their second goal. Both Diogo's faults as he clears it. Can we just get it out of here now? That's fine for Binio. That should be game over as he puts it out of danger. Even then, Diogo's kicking then was, suspect. That's the thing about Diogo. He's 31. He's in his prime. He's definitely good at it. It's a free kick to Benfica. Oh, my days. This game's not over, ladies and gentlemen. Incoming 96th minute equaliser. Ball comes in. Bay! Oh, straight at Diogo. Just get home. Get home. We'll talk about the performance in a sec. Just get home. Hold it. Drop it. Kick it long. I don't care. It is all over. Thank God. And at full time, we win 3-2. Look, have we deserved to get anything out of that? No, not at all. Benfica deserved to win that big time. How has Diogo got a 7.2? Was the worst player on the park. Two goalkeeping errors have allowed Benfica to score twice there. Defensively wasn't the greatest. Kim Jan with a great ball to get us out of trouble though. And just the dying minutes to change the system. It worked, ladies and gentlemen. It worked. I don't believe how we won that, but we have. And we're now 6 points from 6 in the Champions League. Without our full strength side, we have gone away at Benfica and we have won the same way we went and won against Napoli. And hopefully that will be the impetus for us to continue on and get through this group. I will see you in just a second for that Basel game, ladies and gentlemen. It may be after my coaching because that game did go on for a little bit longer than I would have liked. But in saying that, though, it will be filmed before I go to my second coaching gig later tonight at 6:30. I'll see you guys in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Basel versus Sunderland, part 2 of episode 78. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 2 of episode 78. We have FC Basel in the third match day of our Champions League group stage. Look, all I'm going to say is this: win this game here, and we are in a very good spot. As you can see, we're 6 points from 2 games, which means we've won all 6, and we're 3 points clear of Napoli, who have Benfica today in the crunch game there. If that could end as a draw, or even if Benfica could get a win and we beat Basel as we should on paper, I tell you what, we're going to be in a very strong commanding spot to get out of the group, which was my worry with the injuries that we did have. Well, talking about the squad as well, you may have saw it quickly on the bench, but, Ives is nearly back at full fitness. Haller's fit enough for 45 minutes and resumes training pretty soon. And I'm pretty happy with the squad. Rotated slightly for this Basel game. I know it's an important game for us in terms of the group, but we also have to think about our Premier League life. And, the board wants us to finish in the top 4, and it should take priority whilst we're in a strong spot in the squad, in the group, and our squad is strong enough to probably beat Basel slightly rotated. 2 games to talk about. We drew 0-0 with Spurs. Look, this game made me tear my hair out because I think we played near perfect apart from finishing chances. Adrien just can't score in the league, and I don't know why. Decides it's a league game, I don't care, but in the Champions League, I'll bang goals in for you for fun. He didn't decide to score in that one there. We did draw 0-0 in a game we definitely were the better side of. It would have been nice to win because it would have put us a few points clear of Spurs, who are chasing us down in the top 4 fight. And if we go to Leeds, this game here was really weird as well. Unlike the Spurs game where we had chances and we couldn't finish, this was more like the Benfica game. We weren't that great. We couldn't keep the ball that well. And then with the one clear-cut chance that we really did get, Matthew King, who started out at left mid, he's currently becoming quite natural in the role. He's very accomplished now and he's growing. Don't mind the stats. We've been playing non-league to legends, so he looks like a world beater. He's not. All my stats are still currently set up for non-league to legend, which I will be going back to after I finish this game as well before I go to coaching. Matthew King's had a very good time and he's growing to it sensational. But we do get into this Basel game here. Hopefully we'll be okay. We are playing before the Benfica-Napoli game. It is over in Benfica, so maybe we can put some added pressure on Napoli by winning here today. With that in mind, with Adrian's good form, I'm going to start Adrian here and then play Avriel in the league in the next game. Miranda Van Dijk is going to play because Ives isn't fit. Kim Jan's been in good form, and now that I think about it, we're going to switch these two around. Daniel Alcott, Smithies is going to start. Miguel Kante, Mike Godin's back and fit, and he's going to play this one. Tim's going to play for 45 minutes at a minimum. Going to really try and get Haller as quickly as possible to be as fit as possible, and Nakamura will captain the side out on the left. Hopefully we'll be okay, and I reckon we'll do a very good job here against Basel, and if we can go out and play our football, we should beat Basel. However, in Switzerland, anything can happen, and they have a very good squad in terms of experience. You see Zappacosta there, and you already know that back five is probably going to be hard to break down as they come in with 5-3-2 and going to sit deep. We're definitely going to have to score first if we want to get anything out of this game, that is for sure, and so it can at least open up. I am going to tell the boys that I'm going to look towards them to doing a few roles. I'm not going to press any of their centre-backs, though. I wouldn't do that, but they're full-backs. We're definitely going to press. And we are going to show them on to, if we can just click on one of them, I'm going to show Zappacosta onto his right and Tuljan onto his left. In terms of the strike force, because they are playing with two, I'm going to leave that very, very just air. If anything, because they are playing with a flat three, I would prefer us to maybe go out there and press their flat three and see if we can go out and get the ball as quickly as possible. I'd rather talk about the players that are in. There was a temptation to play Joe Smith, who's been playing quite well for the under-23s and the 18s in this game, but I feel like you guys in the comments section, and if we were live on stream, you guys would all want to see Smithies play, wouldn't you? And just to show that Smithies isn't done at the club by any stretch of the imagination, and I have said this already, if we somehow luck into the Champions League final or an FA Cup final again this season, he will start that said final until he retires. Smithy is the guy. As Miranda wins that one, Nakamura, though, had enough time to bring it down, but he just fixed it onto nobody, and in the end, they go back to their keeper. It wasn't not the best ball back to the keeper, but he's done well to control it. Anyway, he does go long. Can we win that second ball? We got enough height here to win it. We don't, and Jan Juma is with the ball, running forward. Still done. Juma goes all the way back to Phillips. Can we press in here? We don't, and the ball finds its way to Paulson. Paulson's ball finds Zappacosta. Zappacosta whips it in. Can we get it away? We don't. We're 1-0 down as Burkhardt beats all three defenders in the box in the air. And we are 1-0 down in a shock in the first 10 minutes against Basel. Look, this is a side that we should be beating. But in saying that, 1-0 down, this is the worst nightmare. I said that we had to go out there and score first because they're going to sit deep and they're going to defend. And, especially the way they're lined up, I don't expect them to change that formation at all for the rest of that game. They're going to sit even deeper now, I reckon. Can we get creative? As we say that, though, it's a corner. It's headed in, but it's headed away, and Zappacosta flicks away. But can we go and pick it up and go again? Alcott, back out to Tim. Tim now on it from Man United. Gets absolutely crunched, but at least falls to Nakamura. Nakamura's ball in back stick. Godin's there! And he just heads it wide. I thought he was going to take a touch and volley it in typical Mike Godin fashion. But Mike Godin, back from injury, heads wide. We need to get back into this game as quickly as possible. But in saying that, we don't need to rush about it. We don't need to go attacking. We can stay on the same system and, hopefully it works. As Kante gets on it, Kante plays back to Miguel. Miguel now switches it out wide towards Miranda. Miranda now, can he put a ball in there? He does. Adrian with the flick on. It's saved. Then Nakamura puts it in. He nearly tried. He did his best to miss there. And ended up heading the inside of the post and in before it went in. But Yama Nakamura makes it 1-1. And there we go. Miranda with the ball. Puts it in. It's a great ball in there. In the end, Adrian's header wasn't the best. He had the whole side of goal and had it straight at the keeper. Nakamura did his best to miss, but thankfully it trickles in, and we get back onto level terms. The one shot we did allow has gone in from Basel as well, so getting a little bit FM'd, you would say, but that's due to our own fault. We didn't pick up the run of Burkhardt, who has scored, and so be it. That's what happens. Anyway, 11 shots in this half, and we've only seen one real highlight, and it is still 1-1. The game might be calling for a Haller. We really missed him. Tim has been quite poor in Haller's absence. We were hoping Tim was going to be like Isaac Silva, just a really good player to bring off the bench. He hasn't been, and Isaac Silva, when he started, was good. Tim hasn't. Tim's on the same level, if not slightly better, in terms of scouting report, and he's younger. Yet, that doesn't necessarily mean better, and it hasn't. Anyway, Adrian from the free kick hits it around the wall. He's hit the post. It's hit Von, and it's gone in. Something tells me it's going to be an own goal, which is unfortunate for Adrian. But yet again, in Champions League football, in European football, Adrian knows how to find the back of the net. In the league, he can't. Anyway, it's a great free kick. The keeper got nowhere near. It's hit the post and just hit the keeper before he's even reacted. We are now 2-1 up, and hopefully we can stay on the front foot and get back into it. But a highlight straight away to Basel. The ball finds Danjum. His ball in there. It's a great ball. Daniel heads away. Miguel with time to turn, and maybe we can go on the break. Miguel in the end is getting pressed. He has to go long down the line. Can he find Adrian, who loves to come out on this left-hand side and does? Adrian back into Nakamura now, the captain for today. Still with Nakamura. Nakamura again. Yuma. Ball in. Back stick. Headed away, but only as far as Tim. Tim now. Can he find the ball? He still can't. He finds Alcott. Alcott now. Can he whip it in here? He is having a poor game. That's a great ball to Nakamura, though. He puts it over the bar. And you just thought that it could be the chance to kill this game off. Anyway, Mike got in with the ball, lays it over towards Miranda. Miranda now with the ball, whips it in, does it, fools at Nakamura though, and Nakamura will score, and it is 3-1, 55 minutes played, and a Yuma Nakamura with the third for us, and that should be game over. We should see it out from here. Miranda with the ball, lays it into the box, it's blocked, it hits Miranda, and Nakamura, before anyone else can react, swings his left peg at it, and we are 3-1 up and cruising here in the Champions League at the moment. 3 wins from Ree would be amazing. We are now going to take this opportunity to get Haller on. He's been fit for 45 minutes. I'm going to get him on to get him some match fitness. I'm also going to get Matthew King on, but maybe for Godin. Godin has obviously coming back from injury too. I was going to bring him on for Nakamura and really get him to learn that left mid role, see if he can become natural in it and get him natural in centre mid and on the left. Instead, I'm just going to get him in there at centre mid and see how he will go. With time ticking away here into the 80th minute, I'm going to keep Adrian to play a full game. But with that also in mind, I might get Ives out there to see if we can get him some match fitness. Both centre-backs have had an okay game, but we'll get Ives out there at centre-back for Kim Jan. He's played pretty well. And in Ives' absence, Kim Jan's been very good. And, you know, he's backing what the coach has been saying to me, that he's a leading centre-back for us. Anyway, there is going to be 4 minutes of added time. Time's ticking away. We have dominated this game. Apart from the hiccup, where with the first chance Basel had and we conceded, we have dominated since then. We have come back and we have won 3-1 here. And we're going to take that result, take it to the bank, and know that from 3 games, we've won 3, we've won 9 points. And from here, you can nearly say it would be hard for us not to qualify out of the group. From everybody here at Sunderland, Damien, and this is Bright Lights. That's the end of episode 78. For episode 79, it may not be the Basel return game because I would imagine we're going to win that one there and it would be fairly comfortable. I might, because of how well we are going in the group, see what the result is in the next game, and it might be either the Benfica or Napoli game to see if we are going to finish top of the group. Till next time, though, it's going to be Damien, Sunderland, and Bright Lights. Links in the description below. Come follow us live on Twitch and Twitter, as we will be streaming probably the rest of the group stage later on in tonight or tomorrow. And from Damien, thank you and goodbye.